Let me tell you something, brother. Somewhere along the way, men were taught that chasing a woman is noble, that if you fight hard enough, beg long enough, sacrifice enough, you'll finally win her love. But let's be real. How many times has that worked out? See, a man grounded in himself doesn't beg for love. He doesn't run after attention. He doesn't lose himself just to be seen. Real strength isn't in pursuit, it's in restraint. It's in the ability to walk away with dignity when your presence isn't valued. That's not weakness. That's power. That's self-respect. So the question isn't, how do I make her stay? The real question is, why am I chasing someone who would let me disappear in the first place? Let's dive into this. Because once you understand why chasing kills your power and why silence restores it, you'll never see relationships the same way again. First thing, chasing comes from emptiness. Listen, bro, the first thing you need to understand is this. Chasing doesn't come from strength. It comes from emptiness. A man doesn't chase because his life is full, because he's overflowing with purpose, passion, and confidence. No, he chases because deep down there's a hole he's trying to fill. Maybe it's loneliness. Maybe it's insecurity. Maybe it's that voice that whispers, "I'm not enough unless she approves of me." And when that voice gets loud, a man starts pouring all of his energy into her, into proving himself, into trying to earn her love. But here's the sad truth. It doesn't make her respect him. In fact, it does the opposite. Because she can feel it. She knows it's not love that's driving him. It's fear. It's emptiness. And that's heavy for her. I'll give you an example. I knew a guy who had everything going for him. Solid group of friends, a job he was proud of, hobbies that kept him alive inside. But the moment he got with this girl, he dropped all of it. His boys stopped hearing from him. His guitar collected dust in the corner. Even his gym routine fell apart. His whole life revolved around her. At first, she smiled. She enjoyed it. But after a while, she started pulling away. Not because she was cruel, not because she hated him, but because she felt the weight of his neediness pressing on her. And here's the harsh part. When you abandon yourself like that, you don't show up as a man she admired in the first place. You stop being the guy she respected, and you turn into a shadow orbiting her world. And no woman wants to be the sun that keeps another man alive. Second thing, silence reveals strength. Now let's flip it, bro. The second thing is this. Silence reveals strength. A man who can pull back, who can stay steady in himself, who doesn't beg or panic when a woman starts to pull away. That man says more in his silence than most guys ever say with their words. Think about it. Silence makes you louder. When you stop chasing, she suddenly notices what's missing. No good morning, text lighting up her phone. No double message after she left you on read. No quick little like, on her selfie, just to remind her you're still there. That absence, it's deafening. It screams louder than anything you could have sent. And here's the kicker. She realizes something she never thought about before. Your attention wasn't automatic. It wasn't something she was entitled to. It was a choice, a gift. And now that you've taken it back, it forces her to think. She doesn't sit there asking, why did he leave? No, the question that eats at her is, why doesn't he need me to stay? And that one thought, my friend, can flip the entire dynamic. Because now she's the one feeling the silence, and you're the one holding the power without lifting a finger. Here's the third thing, bro. Chasing kills attraction. I know the world tries to sell us this lie that chasing is romantic, that it proves devotion. But let me be real with you. Chasing doesn't look like strength. It looks like desperation. And desperation? That's repulsive. Why? Because when you're chasing, what you're really saying is, I don't trust myself to be enough without you. You abandon your standards. You throw aside your boundaries. And you bend your whole life just to keep her happy. That's not love. That's fear. And women can feel that energy immediately. It's like watering a plant. A little water makes it grow. But if you keep dumping bucket after bucket, thinking more will help. You don't grow the plant. You drown it. And that's exactly what happens when you smother a woman with neediness. At first, she might smile and accept the attention. But over time, it suffocates her. She doesn't feel love. She feels pressure. Now, The man who refuses to chase, he sends a whole different message without even trying. His energy says, I want you in my life, but I don't need you for my life. And that, right there, is the kind of energy women actually respect, because it comes from fullness, not emptiness. Now here's the fourth thing, bro. She's gonna test you to see if you'll fold. When a woman feels like her grip on you is slipping, she doesn't usually walk away right away. No, she'll throw out little tests first. Her replies suddenly get slower. She might post some vague quote or song lyric that feels like it's aimed straight at you. Or she'll pull her attention back just enough to make you wonder, did I do something wrong? And the whole point of this? To see if you'll panic. To see if you'll chase again. And here's where most guys mess up. They can't handle the pressure. They rush back in with texts, calls, even gifts, apologizing for things they didn't even do, just to win her attention again. But the man who stays grounded, the one who keeps calm, doesn't beg, doesn't flinch, that man passes the test without even saying a word. Because what she realizes is this: your emotions aren't chained to her moods. Your peace isn't dependent on whether she texts back or not. And when a woman sees that kind of strength, that kind of unshakable calm, the respect she feels for you goes to another level. Here's the fifth thing, bro. Walking away actually creates space for respect. Most guys don't see it that way. They think if they disappear, if they stop reaching out, they've lost a game. But that's not true at all. When you pull back with dignity, you're not punishing her. You're not trying to teach her a lesson. What you're really saying is, I value my peace too much to stay where I'm not valued. And that right there's power. And here's the irony. That's often the exact moment she starts leaning in. Because respect doesn't come from begging, from chasing, from proving yourself over and over. Respect comes from boundaries. From a man knowing when to walk away and being okay with it. I've seen this happen so many times. The guy who keeps chasing eventually pushes her further away. But the guy who steps back, not out of anger, not with bitterness, but with calm clarity, that's the man she never forgets. Because in her mind, he's the one she couldn't control. And a man who can't be controlled, that's the one who stays in her head long after he's gone. Sixth thing, self-respect makes you magnetic. This is the part most men never figure out. The man who doesn't chase is the one who ends up being chased. Not because he's playing some mind game, not because he's pretending to be busy, but because he's already whole. See, his life is full. He's got purpose, he's got goals, he's got things he's building that matter to him. His energy isn't wasted on trying to prove himself to a woman. It's invested in becoming someone he's proud of when he looks in the mirror. And that kind of wholeness, that kind of independence, you can't fake it. And women feel it instantly. It's magnetic. It pulls them in without you even trying. Because deep down, they don't actually want a man who clings, who panics every time they pull back. They don't want someone who makes them his entire life. What they really want, even if they don't always say it, is a man who leads himself. A man who has direction, who has backbone, who has a center that doesn't shake. And that, my friend, is why self-respect isn't just attractive. It's irresistible. So hear me on this. Stop chasing, not as a trick to win her back, but because you have better things to chase. Purpose, discipline, growth. Because if she walks away, let her. If she pulls back, let her. If she can't see your value, your job isn't convince her. It's to keep building yourself. The man who can stand still in rejection, without folding, is the man no one forgets. And when you stop chasing, something shifts. You stop bleeding energy. You stop betraying yourself. And you start becoming the kind of man who commands respect simply by being himself. That's the power of walking away. That's the freedom you've been missing. And that, my friend, is why real men don't chase.